Hi, pile number one. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. Without further ado, this reading is for those that chose the dog. So we're saging our area and we're going to find out who's staring at you. Staring at your pictures on social media, staring at you in person, looking through old pictures, anything like that. Or even when you just go to the grocery store. Why are they staring at you? So, who is staring at pile number one? Now, first of all, I want to say that while I was lighting my sage bundle, I was getting some channel messages already, and one thing that I was getting for some of you, not everybody, for some of you I'm getting that this person feels like you just blew them off. So perhaps you went to school with them, perhaps you were a co-worker, or perhaps they attempted to talk to you some way, somehow, maybe on social media or in person, and they just feel like you kind of blew them off, okay? Now, I don't feel like you did this deliberately or it wasn't anything intentional. That's just how they're feeling, which is quite interesting because I usually don't get a ton of messages immediately in the beginning. Yeah, this person may have felt scattered or seemed scattered to you, like you didn't know why they were even talking to you. They didn't make their intentions clear, and I think that was more due to nervousness out of anything else. Yeah, I'm having a problem with my throat chakra, so now I just feel like they didn't really know what to say initially. So why is this person staring at my lovely pal number one, people? Let's find out. Okay, and I have to tell you, I seasoned these cards and I cleansed them and I was meditating. This is a very card that came out when I asked if I should be using this for this reading. So the Knight of Voices is very, very interesting because this says swift movement. Maybe they spoke too soon. They spoke, I don't want to say out of turn, but there was not a lot of clear communication. They wanted to get to nitty gritty, but they didn't make their intentions very clear. And so they kind of made things a little bit muddled in their approach. I feel like this is almost like a parade pony or a parade, like a show horse type thing. So part of it is that I think that they pedestaled you, and when they did approach you or spoke to you via social media or whatever the case may be, they did not know exactly like the right words to say. Okay, my poor dog here. I'm going to set him aside because he's falling everywhere. So they didn't know what to say, he, she. Now, I'm going to tell you that while I was mixing cards, this one also came out. So solar plexus, they definitely know what they want. They want to talk to you. They were really intrigued. They want to come out of the woodwork. They want to stand out. But in the way that they did it, there was not a lot of thought. It was just like, okay, let me get really brave and just approach him or her. That would be you, dear viewer. And it was, I mean, they see you in a very lustful way. They see you as very much a commanding presence, very beautiful. You could have really gorgeous hair. You could go through a lot of cycles. I feel like exotic. I feel like you're unique, exotic. And look at her gaze. She seems like unattainable, sort of thinking about a different world than the rest of us live in. And that was very intriguing to this person. Okay, so that's one person that is staring at you nonstop. And yeah, it's a little bit of a, I don't want to say stalker because that has such a bad connotation, but this person really admires you and they stop to look at your photos. You could have some really riveting eyes and they can't get over it. You could be somebody who really looks like you belong on the pages of a history book from Egypt or something like that, okay? But you could be somebody who's spiritually focused on spirituality, and they thought that they could just talk to you, but they didn't really think it all the way out. Okay, moving on. I'm also feeling when you go places, anywhere really, people get tongue-tied. I think that you're unusual. You may not like to wear shoes. You may have like a really deep connection to earth. You may believe in earthing. That is a thing. Again, your solar plexus, I feel like you make people want to approach you, but they don't know how. That you're very mysterious to a lot of people. You may be from a different ethnic background than other people as well. And that is a real lure and a draw about you. A deep connection to Mother Earth. I feel like you're impressive because you don't look at other people and compare yourself to them. You compare yourself to you, to the best version, and try to upgrade from there. And that's what we love about you. I think that you have people that come at you what you perceive to be maybe sometimes even like sideways. Like, oh, that person came out sideways to me and I don't even know why. I was minding my own business. I was staying in my own lane and they just wanted to crash my course. Excuse me. What is going on here? Okay, so that is what we're opening up with, and that's pretty intense. I think that some of you guys might be fire sign because I have like the sun here and I have the lion, so I just feel like really big Leo vibes, or Aries, something fiery like that, Sagittarius. I think that you're really, really grounded again because she's wearing red, so deep connection to Mother Earth. You might be really into chakras, into holistic, into veganism, vegetarianism, anything like that. I think that people are just really fascinated by you in general. Like, you are so alluring simply by your presence. You don't have to be trying to be alluring. I don't think that you're into wearing like the latest Jimmy Choos, and nothing wrong with that. But I feel like that's not your thing. So sorry. This is weird because I really was fine before I started this reading. Okay, so you make people like tongue-tied. They don't even know how to approach you, how to talk to you, or what to think sometimes. And that's why people stare. And they stare at your sheer beauty. They stare at how just different you are, how confident you are, how they wish that they've never seen anyone like you before. You might wear nose rings, a lot of tribal jewelry, or some tribal jewelry. You might just adorn yourself with one simple, thin gold necklace, something. Very unassuming. And you are definitely a person that wears your clothes. Okay? That sounded really perverted. And what I mean by that is the clothes don't wear you, okay? The clothes don't make you. The person makes the clothes. And in this case, you fully embody that. You could take a shirt that any of us would wear and think, oh, it's a shirt. And you make it you. You make it like, oh my gosh, you can't make this up. I just had this jumped out of my other deck. You make the clothes, and then you get the rest of us thinking, wow, maybe I should really try wearing a shirt like that, or a skirt like that, or my hair like that. Page of Swords. So this person's definitely spying on you. And they could periodically try to reach out to you, not know what to say. Still in this energy of like, I can't even speak. I don't know what to say. They're reading your past texts. They're looking at things, trying to gain information. They're protecting their head. Wearing a head covering just tells me that they don't want to be really open about what they're thinking. Yet they have a lot of like, a lot of yellow, a lot of desire towards you, a lot of desire to move towards you. And again, it oscillates back and forth. Like, I feel like things are growing. Like, I have a grip. Like, I know what's up. Like, I know what to even text him or her. That would be you, dear viewer, who chose this pile. And then they're like, I have no clarity. I don't know what's going on. I read through the text exchanges that we've had before, or I think about our encounters, whether you met this person at the store or whatever. And they go over things over and over in their mind. And they keep thinking about reaching out to you, whether it's calling you or sending you a text or email or whatever the case may be. And yet they don't know what to put on paper. In other words, they just don't know. Like, their mind is like confused, but they continue spying on you because they can't seem to let you go. I'm sorry for laughing like that, but I'm like, oh my gosh, this person's so confused about you. And it's because they're really taken with you. Where should I put these? No, I feel like this one goes over here. Okay. I feel like you make this person nervous without even meaning to. Yeah, I feel like this person will be really loyal to you. They're like focused on you in a good way. Not like, when I said stalker, I didn't mean like, you know, you're going to wind up on the Court TV channel or the whatever it's called now. You know, where something really bad happens and we're all watching about forensics and how things transpired. This is more like, I'm loyal and I can't stop thinking about you, and I would love to have you be with you, have you by my side. This person's trying to figure out a way, because you're so different, how to get on the same page. And just when I think they have you figured out, things change. Why else is this people just staring at you, like going through your pictures, looking, rereading, social media, any exchanges you may have had? Four of Swords, so you've taken, perhaps it's like a person, I feel like for some of you guys, that you take a break from, you don't talk, and then you talk, they initiate again, you talk again. And this person is like taking a break, trying to get their head together, protecting their thoughts. Again, doing this in secret, but really trying to heal from things, what they perceive as like rejection. They just don't know how to get close to you, but they have a flower on their mind. They want things to bloom. They want things to bloom. They don't want that final nail in the coffin. And they're thinking, well, is this a real nail in the coffin? Was it real rejection? Was it my perception? So they tend to overthink a lot with you. You bring just a lot of thoughts. Look, you can't make this up. We have the Hermit. So this person, it could be a Virgo, but somebody that goes really, you force this person to think and go within. This person is really introspective, and they're like, well, how do I get to this person? How do I get to this object of my desire? I'm not calling you an object, you know, but I'm saying like the focus, object of my attention, affection, whatever the case may be. They're trying to shed light on how to approach you, or what is it that can melt your icy walls. I don't feel like you're icy at all, but I feel like they're left on the outside feeling like, well, I don't have any warmth from you, from pile number one. Why is that? And how can I get close? So what else is it that we all stare at you, please? You make people really think. You make people do homework on you. You make people study and delve deep and really pull out the best of themselves. Like go deep, deep, deep within themselves and go, do I even want to mess with it? This is not a light connection. And they know it. I'm also seeing the image of an owl. So I feel like they're really vigilant and constantly trying to understand and figure you out. What else do we need to know? Who is staring at pile number one? Oh my gosh. Stop. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands. I have a lot of people here studying you, trying to understand you, get introspective. They're even examining their self. You make people examine themselves. I love this. I didn't expect any of this to come up like that at all. I feel like you make people just kind of go a little bit crazy. A lot of people like cover their heads around you, almost like they don't want you to know what they're thinking, okay? It makes them feel vulnerable. And yet here you are, look at you in comparison to people. And these are people staring at you and looking at you and wanting to celebrate you, okay? But this is you. You're even barefoot, and these guys are like armed to the hilt, and their faces are painted, and they've got their wands like ready to go celebrate or lynch somebody. I don't know. Lynch somebody who's coming towards you. I feel like you have a lot of jealous people around you as well. Like territorial, even if you've never connected, they're feeling like, that's my person. Don't mess with my person. Don't talk to them. Don't comment on their pictures. None of that is appreciated by this person who's been staring at you. I feel like there's been a lot of transformations, and maybe they see how you transform a lot. Maybe they've seen you transform your life over and over again, and you reaching this place of stillness that is so alluring. I feel like your aura enters the room even before you do, and the minute you enter the room, people cannot stop staring, okay? And this is not blowing smoke up your you-know-what, because look, we have all these people that can't get their minds off of you. Just staring, and that's just pretty wild. Also, you're connected. Your intuition is on point. People know this, and that's why they try to protect themselves from you a little bit, even though they're intrigued, they want to come close. And there's nothing like, they don't have any bad intentions. I don't feel anything negative in this reading, except for you put people back in their own minds. You send their energy back to themselves to think about who they are on a deeper level. Like, just don't ask me out for just a date. I want to think about who you are. You think about who you are fundamentally, and then think about where you're headed, and then I want you to think about if you're compatible to my energy. You make people think about all of these things that they've never thought about in their life before, like with anyone. That's very cool. I feel like you have a really big heart, and they know it. You're connected to spirit on a deep level, and they know it. You control your basic instinct. Your basic instinct does not control you, and we love that about you. What else do we have? What else do we have? Who stares at you? Some people, yeah, they're staring out of jealousy, I'm not going to lie. And they want to imitate you. What? People want to take chances with you. They love that you transform yourself, you reinvent yourself, you come out on top. That the minute that they think that, oh, he got older, or she got fat, or it seems like on the negative, what we would think on the negative side of life, you know, or like they lost a job or something like that, you transmute that and you turn it into something magical and beautiful, and you use it to work for yourself instead of the other way around. I feel like also for some of you guys, the number 11 is going to be really powerful and important. This person is even packing their music gear. It's like they could love music. You could make their heart sing. You could make them feel alive again, because he's literally creeping out of his grave, okay? And thinking, you know what, I would love to reinvent myself also. Maybe life has ended for them. Maybe the juice of life ended for them. In a way that made them feel like, okay, this is monotonous, and I want to live again, and I want to feel freedom, and they want to see colors again and go after what they want, and they see that in you. There's a lot of power in you. Who else stares at pile number 1, please? Who stares at pile number 1? Let's find out. Stop it. Look at this. It's the same card in a different deck. This is a strength card. This is somebody who can even enjoy wrestling. They could watch lucha libre, or like I used to watch lucha libre when I was a kid. I grew up in Puerto Rico. Or they could have a connection to wrestling or wrangling, or love Muay Thai, or Jiu-Jitsu, or any of those fine arts. They could love anything different. Maybe they love the Asian cultures. They could even, I heard reading about the art of war and thinking about how to apply it in this love situation, because I wasn't intending on doing like a love reading necessarily, but I feel like they are this is more love based for sure. They want to conquer their own inner beast, and look at how easily you did it. But for this person, for some of you guys, this person conquering their inner self is like wrestling a freaking dragon. And they try, and they're trying to make it look like, I'm not wrestling with anything. I got this, just like you do. But what they don't realize, pile number 1, is that wrestling with your inner demons just start with taking a breath and going within, and allowing everything that is not important to fall away, and not needing the fanfare and the ceremony that most people need in their lives to make them feel successful. Just really embracing your true power and embracing yourself, and being okay with being different. And this person hasn't quite gotten there yet, even though this person, I'm going to say, this one person too is very celebrated by their own merit. People look at them, but they wrestle with their ego still. Okay, this just jumped out. Wheel of Fortune. So things are on the upswing, okay? I think that with the Wheel of Fortune, traditionally, this is like, yeah, things are getting better. The cycle of life continues. Things are improving, but this is what we see with this card, right? It's like they're improving. I see the sands of time etched right here. The wheel spinning. Polarities. This has to do with embracing their own positive and negative polarities and just being okay with that. And the final card, well, this person wants commitment. This person wants commitment. They can actually be getting readings from you. They can actually be consulting a Ouija board for some of you. I don't know if some of you are into that. That is not my thing. I don't mess with that at all. But they could really try to gain their own perspective and be getting readings from other people about you, which is really, really fascinating. Let's find out what they would like to tell you, because now I'm intrigued and this reading is going in a different way. I really try to keep this reading to who is staring at you and why. But now let's hear about your person or people. What would these people like to tell you? For pile number 1, what would they like to say? And I'm using some saucy cards, just be warned. So if you're not into that, then you might want to click off here. So why do people stare at my pile number 1? I feel like they want to offer you loyalty and beauty and a protectiveness. What do they want to say? These people for pile number 1, what do they want to say to you? What do they want to say? Thank you. Let's find out. I'm taking this one. It fell sideways. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Stop. Spirit is protecting you from me. And literally, you guys saw it flew out of my deck. It landed sideways. So I feel like this person, these people, a lot of people feel like they're not worth you. They're not worthy of you. They're not equal. You would not be equally yoked. They know that they feel like they can't meet standards, your standards. They know they're aware they have not done the inner work to be an equal vibrational match to you. And that's why it flew outside. It's like, you know what, Spirit is protecting you from me. In the fact that, like, if I approach the way I am and the way I wrestle, I'm wrestling with my ego. I'm wrestling with wanting to look good. You would look like really good eye candy on my arm. Plus, I want you. I adore you. I want to possess you. But I would look good as well. All of these ego things, they know that if they approach you in that way, it's not going to fly. And so they really believe that Spirit is really protecting you from them. I'm going to leave this here. What else do people want to tell my pile number 1? I do feel jealousy around. I feel some are saying, you know, why don't you even initiate or look at me or talk to me? Like, I don't understand what's wrong with me. Pile number 1, who stares at you and what do they want to say, please? Let's find out. Emotional telepathy. I pick up on what you're feeling. So this person feels like they're really deeply connected to you, even if you haven't like spoken a lot or exchanged just a few casual words at a store or a market or grabbing some food or whatever the case may be. It's like they feel a bond and a tie to you that could be a little bit painful. And the pain comes in feeling like they just can't hold a candle to you. They can't be around you. Like they're just not, again, they don't feel worthy of you. What else do people want to tell? Pile number 1, please. For pile number 1, what are people dying to tell you when they stare at you? Let's find out. Holding on to an old flame. This could be somebody who is a past love. I feel like a couple of different somebodies actually. I feel like there's actually at least 4 people that had some kind of a romance with you that can't seem to let you go. And it's people that you have outgrown. They feel like you've outgrown. It's people that are willing to do whatever to possess you. Again, they're in a lower vibration than you. And I think that you understood and saw that, and you were not having it. It's a vibrational mismatch for sure. This person can't seem to let you go with their thoughts, with their minds. They burn with desire for you. And they would do anything to possess you. But what they don't understand is the tighter they hold, the less they grab. That's funny. I don't know why I just laughed, but they can't hold you like that. There's no way. Okay, what else do people want to tell you? For pile number 1, what else are we going to tell you? Let's find out. This one fell sideways. See, what did I tell you? I feel unworthy of you. And it goes back and forth. And that's a desire for control. It's like when we don't feel worthy of something, we want to possess it. It's like, you know what? If I'm not that caliber, I want to own it. What do I need to own it? Do I need money? Do I need houses? Do I need yachts? Do I need a beautiful face, a handsome body? Do I need to be all muscular? What does it take for me to possess you? I feel unworthy. And the thing is, the more that they're in this energy, it's like a 3D energy, you are not vibrating like that. And it's not that they're unworthy at all, it's that you're not a vibrational match. You don't think that way. And it's frustrating to them. I feel a lot of frustration. I feel like you frustrate a lot of people, not meaning to, but you do. Who else stares at you? Pile number 1, and what do they want to say? Let's find out. No one can satisfy my hunger like you do. So some of you guys, it is people from the past, lovers from the past. For a very, very few, you could have had very few. Okay, clarify that. Maybe like one person. You could have had some kind of blood play here. If you know what that is, great. If you don't, then don't worry about it, okay? But once upon a time, you were in a vibrational match with this person. And you could have been into that. They feel like there's no one else that can make them feel the same way. But that hunger cannot be satisfied on the outside with food or anyone else. That's medicating on people. So for a lot of people looking at you, pile number 1, they feel like they just don't want anyone else. No one compares. As simple, quote unquote, as this is deeper than anything decorated, than anything painted, than any Jimmy Choos and beautiful bags and whatnots. And you can have those things. It doesn't mean that you're, you know, not a good quality person, but it means that you don't put your self-worth into any of that. Okay, for others of you, this person is saying it puts a stake to the heart to think that they can't be near you. They're old school. They want to be close to you, near you, smell you, touch you, talk to you, all of that. But it pains them greatly to know that you're out of their reach. And last thing that people want to say when they come to you, when they see you, when they're staring at your social media, staring at you when you walk in a store, staring at you when you sit in a restaurant. Let's find out. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will hunt you down. So I think that you do attract some stalkers, okay? I don't feel like anything dangerous, even though this sounds like ominous. I feel like it's more like I'm so curious. I can't stop myself. I can't help myself. So that's what I have for you, pal number 1. If this resonated, please do give me a thumbs up. Please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I would much appreciate that. And with that, namaste. Hi, pile number 2, and I want to thank you for joining me. If you are a return viewer, then I want to thank you so much for returning. Consider subscribing. If you are a new viewer, then welcome. I'm happy to have you here. And thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. So this reading is about who stares at you and why, but we're also going to find out what they'd love to tell you. I already got a jump. Oh, 2 jump cards. Okay. This is not messing around at all. What's going on here? For my pile number 2s. 6 of emotions. 6 of cups. So what they want to say is you bring out all of the emotions within them. You act like a mirror, a reflection to these people. A lot of times they can see themselves in you. You seem sort of like carefree, innocent in a lot of ways, unencumbered is what I want to say. It's almost like in Puerto Rico we say Moth, like you travel light, you have, yeah, everybody has baggage, but you sit on yours. You're not like weighed down by them. At least that's how you come across, and that's how they see you. And it really invokes not a jealousy, but a longing to want to feel light again, a longing to want to play, a longing to want to be able to unpack your own history, your own past, your own, I don't know, your own essence, and sit with it and even play with it and transmute those energies. For example, that would look like this. Like once upon a time, I used to love getting lost in daydreams. And people would make fun of me, and I just didn't care. I would daydream and play dress up. And then as you get older, perhaps now, you retain some of that. You're willing to dress up and entertain yourself. You're not worried about, for example, wearing like a new dress that you just bought and it's only to be worn outside of the house to impress other people. You are more than happy to put that dress on and pair it up with some combat boots, I heard, and some you know, any type of shoes that you feel like is just going to tickle your fancy, and you could just make everything look like fun. And people long to have that emotion back. And so when people look at you and stare, they think about the vibrancy, the innocence, the sheer freedom, how you're not weighed down by anything. And they think that they would love that for themselves. Like, it's really inspiring for the rest of us. Okay. People stare at you. Wow. Because you inspire them. You inspire them. You help them to see the domino effects. You appear to be very multidimensional. A different kind of person. A person that's willing to wait, that has a lot of freedom, that is willing to just see, okay, well, there are the dominoes set up. Let's see where they fall. And if I don't like them, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to see and rearrange them again and tip them over and see where they fall then. So you're willing to kind of redo things over and over and kind of look and take your time and move forward when it's exactly what you want. Even though the inspiration is typically a wand energy, this would tell you that it's like more of a waiting game, like you're patient and things like that. But you're more, in this case, I feel more strategic, and that's really inspiring that you're willing to use, I heard Squid Games, okay? Is that how it's called? Squid Game? Yeah, from Netflix. You could be really into loving to gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, or watching things like Squid Games or TV show games or anything like that. You could play Monopoly, you could play cards, you could play chess, you could play, you know, those Jewel Candy Crush or whatever on your phone. You could play dominoes, old school. I'm from Puerto Rico. That's, you know, we used to play dominoes once upon a time there. So you can bring out all of those like old nostalgia emotions in them, that you're willing to take those lessons and kind of wait and strategize as well. So people stare at you because you're not in a rush and you're really independent and unique. That's one thing that I want to say. You definitely bring out nostalgia in us. When you enter a room, it could feel like we're transported back in time. And you know, it doesn't have to be, for a lot of you, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you wear your hair like a pinup or a 1920s girl or a guy, or you don't have like, you know, I don't know, you wear your hair in a certain way that declares an era, but your essence, your presence, your mannerisms can really be something from like a storybook or a novel. I heard like romantic people. Yeah, you bring out like the nostalgia in us. We stare at you because you bring out a certain aspect of romance in a way. 8 of Cups. That is so powerful. Now in this image, she is looking back at times that are gone. Look at the purple flowers on her crown and all of those cups. Looking back at things that were on inspiration, perhaps. Look at these little glow dots. I feel like you make people think about who they were. And I know that sounds really weird. Like, how many times would you say that you walk in and you look at a person eating at a restaurant, for example, and then you're like, oh, that makes me think of a time, and you go and you start reminiscing about the things that you've lost or whatever. But I feel like people look at you, and I'll give you a real life example. When I went through my divorce a million years ago, and whenever I'd go to a restaurant or go see a movie or things like that, I have one child, and I would really get super emotional when I would see families, like especially when I would see like Latino families, like the mother and the kid and the father. I would just get really emotional, and it had nothing to do with that family, and obviously they did nothing wrong. It was just my mindset. It took me back to, and it focused on a longing. And so I feel like for some of you guys, you can really inspire something in people, that it makes them think about something that they left long ago, a part of them from their childhood. And also makes them reflect about like the strategy, how a lot of us gave up. We're not willing to wait, did not pursue our dreams. I feel like you inspire people to remember who they were and who they are fundamentally. If a lot of people have sold out, I know this is kind of like a weird way to put it, but if some of us sold out and started working for what? American big corporations or big pharma or anything like that, then these people, you force us in a way, just by being you, nothing bad, into remembering the good times, the times when we felt free, when we felt liberated, when we are like a freedom to play and be ourselves and let down our guards and be vulnerable. And I think that that brings out just so much nostalgia and romanticism. Interesting. Stop. Look at this. Awakening. So we stare at you because you are pragmatic, prismatic. You invoke feeling in us that has long been dormant. We long ago abandoned things within ourselves, and you wake that feeling up. Another example would be, I have a couple of friends, in fact. One of them has since crossed over. It's no longer with us, but a couple of friends who would love to go to the park, listen to music, and twirl. Now, I just hit 50, okay? So if you could picture somebody who was older twirling, like they're maybe 7, 8, 9, and it's just a joy in moving your body, a joy in music, and that is inspiring in itself. And it's like, wow, you don't care what people think, you don't care what, you really enjoy your senses. And you bring us back to that time when we feel kind of crushed, like we sold out, we bought the car on the white picket fence because we thought that would make us happy, because we thought that, we've been trained to think that those things make us happy. And now my soul has just not been happy. I've lost all the color in my life. And here I feel like you really inspire people to look at the color within their own hearts. And that is so incredibly beautiful. It's almost like pulling someone out of the darkness and helping them to really see that their inner beauty is beauty, okay? And that what we try to match up with in society or on TV or social media, anything like that is not even real. And so I feel like this is a deep awakening. I want to point out the number 2, well, 20, and then it reduces to number 2. And for that, it just really, to me, talks about us staring at you because you have your personal power. You own your personal power, and you don't care. You set a lot of time aside to play. That was really hard to say. That was like a ventriloquist. I think that you could be dreamy. You like to dream, fantasize, think of new ways to do things like that. That's how you come up with your strategies sometimes. And you're okay with this. And that just is awakening us to the possibility that maybe we don't have to do the bump and grind. And maybe matching to what other people are isn't really making us happy, and it's turned our world dark, and we've allowed that to happen. And so I feel like you inspire us to really look at things in a different way, to appreciate the beauty of someone just being free, speaking freely, and being silly and giggling and being open about it. And if like you don't know something, you're going to be like, oh wow, I just had no idea, and you're not going to pretend. And that is just so charming and alluring, and that's why we stare you, frankly. The ability to transmute, a lot of you have moth energy as well. You're able to take anything and make it look beautiful. Moths traditionally are not viewed by most people as beautiful. It's like we're obsessed with butterflies as a society, and this could be another thing that constantly comes up. It's like, we're looking at the Kardashians on TV or other gorgeous, beautiful people, and there's nothing wrong with them. They own their beauty, and whatever works for them. But for us to try to be carbon copies of other people, it's not healthy. And so you have managed to really show us the beauty of what other people don't think is beautiful, because it doesn't conform is the word that I heard. You don't conform. You're a nonconformist. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to actually look this up, this Muse of Emotion. I'd like to read to you for just a moment. All right. So the Muse of Emotions, I wanted you to get the full gist of this. Check out this deck. This is just like phenomenal. So much going on here. Connection with water element, obviously. You could like the color teal, or wear teal, or be connected to turquoise or aquamarine, anything like that. Starfish. You could love candles. You could love the ocean, being connected to the sea and sea creatures. You could love sunflowers. For some reason, I feel like that's like a kind of reminiscent of a sunflower here, even though we're underwater. And what I wanted to read to you, this is a new deck to me, but I wanted to read this to you, and check this out. So Muse of Emotion, this is compassion, joy, freedom to feel all the emotions as a way to self-discover, as a way of self-discovery, transcendent states of bliss, meditation, inner calm and knowing, being totally in touch with your desires and with balance and peaceful emotions, avoiding moodiness. Isn't that beautiful? Rinsing the shadow. Come on, tiny vessel of love, to the place where the water drops off and pours everything into the sweet shell of life. This message is of highest love. This message of highest love resides where all the bits and pieces of your anger and sadness are brewed, alchemized into beautiful experience of the soul. For they too are experiences to be cherished and learned from. Come meditatively, quietly, calmly, with everything you are, leave nothing behind, for you will need it all in this place of mindful understanding, and steer clear, beloved, of manipulation, moodiness. And come into the night on the sweet waves of kindness, for those are the waves that will push you past the riptide. They'll float you to the sandbags of connection and invite you to explore your inner world with a gentleness of compassion. Your task is to simply be true to your heart and accepting of the nature that is, and as the healing waters of pure love are headed your way. Please attend awareness of perception, reaction, emotion, empathetic and true, sensitive wisdom who crosses the sea. The subtle magic of now lies with you. I just love this. This just really does kind of, it's like a little synopsis of what we just talked about. Oh, I'm looking at the time here, and because I stopped it, we might go overtime, but that's okay. Yeah, but this is everything about alchemy, about understanding that everything is beautiful in its own way, and you just need to look at it like that. That's why the ocean is filled with different creatures and things to look at. If it was all gorgeous, I don't know, if they were all just clownfish, or if they were all just the same color waters every day, it would not hold half the charm. The fact that you are unique and different and celebrate that is what makes us keep our eyeballs riveted to you. We can't stop staring. So I'm gonna put that over here. So what other messages do we have? Why can we not stop staring? You're like awakening people into their true essence and accepting them and realizing that they've actually rejected parts of themselves. We have rejected parts of ourselves. And when we encounter you, we stare at you because subconsciously, okay, we're not thinking this off the bat. When we stare at you, we realize that there are a lot of missing parts that we've left behind that need to be unpacked and celebrated. So I want to thank you, first of all, for that. So who else stares at you? Pile number 2. Who stares at you? Let's find out. 5 of Wands. So you have a lot of people, actually at least 5 people here staring at you, who compete for your attention, and they do so with fire. Fight fire with fire. So they're willing to compete, but I feel like a lot of this is just they want you, but they don't have a really deep understanding, and so they're trying to find the light. Like, let me understand more about pile number 2. They're fascinating, they're mysterious, they're like so in tune with themselves. How could they be so secure? What makes them feel unshakable, like how you come across? And they're studying that, but they want to be at war with other people who come close to you, close to your energy, people who post comments on your Instagram, on your TikTok accounts, on your Facebook accounts, on your, you know, whatever. Whoever is in your DM, they feel like that's competition, and they don't appreciate it because they're busy studying and learning more about you. They want more ammunition. They want more leverage to be in your space, okay? They're willing to compete and fight, which is interesting. They could be also, so for some of you, this is someone who's really into sports, competitive games. Runners, athletes, weightlifters. Some people are staring at you because you seem like you inspire. You could have your own business. They can have their own business. They want to take things into a direction that's emotionally fulfilling. They want to bring back that nostalgia. Some of them are designers that are staring at you and looking, and you kind of create this feeling, this vibration, this energy that, wow, I want to bring that back, that retro back. I want to bring those good times, the sand times when I felt like I was baked in the sun and played in the sand and got sand in my crack. Okay, I'm sorry. And I didn't have a worry about anything. And I want to bring back those times when I was just pure, sheer exhausted and happy. And I was rendered like a puddle at the very end of the day. So you bring back all of those things. And they're so far different from that energy that you take them back to those places. And you cultivate an inspiring thing, whether you make them want to draw. Some of these people are artists. They have their own business. I heard making t-shirts, like t-shirt designs and things like that. So they could be artists, managers, business people, but always with an edge of competitiveness. A lot of fire around you. They're like, oh my goodness, pal number 2 did what? They're wearing what? They have goggles on their social media? Gasp. Yes. The world. All right. So some of them actually are staring at you because they feel like you put an end to your relationship with them. And they only feel like, you know what, it's not over. It's over when I say it's over. And I know that sounds kind of like dark and sinister, but it goes back to this competitiveness vibe. It's like, okay, and this is not a nice vibe, I'm just going to tell you, but some of you, they want to like win at all costs. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what the prize is. It's like you are a prize and they know that, but they want to possess you. And it's a reason why. It's just that other people want you. They don't want you. They don't want others to have you. So I feel like for some of you, you were in a relationship that ended or a situationship that ended, and they're thinking, you know what, it's only a matter of time before I get you back. It's not over. It's over when I say it's over. And yeah, so for some of you guys, this person is not somebody that I would recommend you date or even entertain. They are, you know, just in it to win it and not in a good way. I don't like that energy. Yeah, it's like a jealous energy, a possessive energy. Okay. So who else is staring at pile number 2? Let's find out. Oh my gosh, I just had some jumps. We're taking those. We are taking those. That fell off screen. And what is this? More wand energy. Why am I not surprised? You like inspire a lot of, look, it came up reverse, but this is the 3 of Wands again. And this is the same card we saw earlier with the dominoes. But this one, it came up upside down. It's like they're done waiting. They're done waiting. They don't want to wait no more. They want to come towards you. They feel like they can read you like a book. Okay? And that's why they can't stop staring at you. And this one fell upside down as well. They don't want to go at it alone any longer. They don't want to rush into things and be independent. They want a partnership. And so they're coming at you kind of like sideways, wanting to rush in. For some of you guys, it is this person that wants to possess. For most of you guys, I don't feel like that is the case. I feel like this person's like, you know what, I'm done waiting. I don't want to be solo anymore. I want a partnership. Now, if you look at these trees, they seem to be kind of like bare and all tangled within. So autumn can be of a significant thing for those of you that are looking for a partnership, or you might just get something in your DMs in autumn. So that's what I'm getting there. Now, I want to see why people stare at you, but I also want to see what they want to say to you. What do people want to say when they see you? Oh my God, I just had a bunch just jump out. I'm taking them. I'm compelling you to give in to me. Okay. So I feel like that's what, it's almost like, you know, you want me. It's kind of an arrogantness, but that's born from insecurity, really. It's like, I want you, you want me type thing. I fear you won't accept me for who I am. So I feel like this person has put themselves in a box. They have an image to protect another person, but it's like they're not authentic. They want to be, but they're not. And I want to be vulnerable with you because you bring out you make people feel safe in being vulnerable. They feel safe. They feel like they can say this to you. And there's not many people that can actually say this. So that's like you put people on a very vulnerable vibe. Okay. The next thing that people want to tell you, this is going to be for some of you, my beloved. I just want you to know that our love story isn't over yet. What did I tell you? Pile number 2. Stop. Don't allow time to take you from me. It is all in divine timing. Who's divine timing, Saga? Look at this. Did we not talk about this? did we not talk about? It's over, but it's not over. Just know I astral project you, not only at night, but also when you're doing your daily task. Okay, let's make that plural because that sounds really weird. I'm always watching you and protecting you. I love you dearly. Yours truly, the divine masculine. Even if you're in the same sex, it could stand for the one who is probably not watching. Let's keep it simple, right? What else I want to say is I've been partying a lot to get you off my mind, but I can't just seem to let you go. And again, I feel the vibe of like trying to fit in, but you're so authentic that people can't get over that fact. They want to be close to you. So what else is it that we want to know? Why are we staring at pile number 2? Why are we staring and what do we want to say? Let's find out. I feel a shift between us. So this is someone who is definitely feeling like they're shifting their world to be more in alignment with you. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's a great idea. I feel like you need to shift your world to be in alignment with you personally. And then if you vibrate on the same frequency as other people, that's great. But this person's like, I feel a shift between us. So perhaps they are changing within. Let's just check that for a moment, shall we? So pile number 2, a little bit more information on I feel a shift between us. Why do people want to tell pile number 2 this, please? And these are people from your past. Oh my goodness. A ton of cards. Why are you okay? The 2 of inspiration, the 2 of wands. This is, I feel like I have choices and options. And look, my canvas is bare. There's nothing painted on this canvas. But I look to you for inspiration. And I look far and wide. And I've looked at all my different avenues. And I haven't found anyone that I feel the same frequency with. The Muse of Materials. Okay. So this is someone who really feels like they can set up shop with you. I love this card. They can actually create with you. They can cross that bridge, look, into a life that is abundant and rich, fulfilling, because they've been living in what? A blank canvas, like they've been filling it. It's almost like a copy background over and over again onto a page to create something. They have not been authentic. And with you, I feel like I can be really authentic. Things can really bloom. We can really do something together and manifest a life of abundance, enjoy a cornucopia, and travel even the world and see things in ways that I've never seen them before. With you, I feel like I can have my freedom finally. And it's really interesting because when you come into a relationship, partnership, you don't think freedom, but I think with you, they feel freedom. Like you can free them. And I don't want to say like they're looking for a savior complex type either. But in some ways, you can bridge the gap to them finding their own freedom. And what else jumped out for you? The Magician. Yes. Pile number 2, they see that you are a creator, a great manifester in your play, and allowing your emotions to flow and being vulnerable and open. You're able to really bring about and manifest so much from the ethers into the material plane. And that's what they want to tell you, is that I see you manifesting, I see you creating, and you inspire me. I want to manifest too. I want to create too. And I too want to inspire others. And that's why you have your moth or your butterfly energy. So that's what I have for you. If you like this reading, please do give me a like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate your time, your energy. Thank you so much, and namaste. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me. And if this is your first time, welcome. If you are a return viewer, then I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to go ahead and find out why people stare at you. We're going to find out not only why, we're going to find out who, and not only who, we're going to find out what they're dying to tell you, what they want to say to you. Pile number 3. Who chose the kitty cat, right? Let's get our area cleansed here. These messages have been really intense, so I'm interested to find out what is going on with you. Pile number 3. So who's staring at pile number 3? Let's find out. Pile number 3. Who's staring at thee? Oh my goodness, stop it. The devil. Okay, so this could be a Capricorn. Let's find out a little bit more about this, but definitely somebody who is trying to manifest you. Somebody that could be a little bit on the controlling side. Somebody that wants to transmute this energy, though. Interesting. Okay, just have this 7 of emotion. And this one jumped out sideways. So this is about having choices and options traditionally. Like, there are many fish in the sea, I heard, but only one like thee. Why am I talking like Dr. Seuss? I don't know. Because I can. Yeah. And so I feel like just they think that, you know what, you have a lot of options. And they stare at you because you have a lot of options. But they don't want to be just an option. Okay? They like the fact that you do have choices and options. That you seem really confident, competent. They like that you have a lot going on for you. We like that you have a lot going on for you. You know what? We even like that you're kind of here. This is like dominant. You have 2 sides of your personality. You're like, okay, this is mine. I know exactly what I want. And then this one's like, which one do I pick? I don't know. So sometimes you get a little bit indecisive, and that could be really cute and kind of alluring. And just thinking, wow, what is he or she going to pick? Are they going to pick me? What are they going to do? And that's kind of endearing. But then when you want something, you can also latch on. Now, another thing that we love about you is that you seem really well versed. You are willing to study a lot. You could be somebody who enjoys continuous learning, self-educating, going over materials. Yeah, materials online, studying what it is that you desire, that you're interested in, gaining a lot more knowledge, and never ending with the study. Okay, and those studies bring about blooms, a ton of blooms. And even some of these blooms feel like a yo-yo. It could be that you learn, create with it what you're learning, go back to drawing board and create some more. Some of you can be designers, web designers, I heard, clothing designers. You could be personal. What do they call it when somebody dresses another person? Like, kind of like a personal assistant. Like, you decide wardrobe, your wardrobe crew, something like that. And so that's why we stare at you. You have a lot of creativity in your energy. And a lot of polarity, like dualistic nature. It's almost like one day you'll be all dressed in white from head to toe, including shades, and the next day you'll be all dressed from head to toe, all in black, head to toe, including shades, your shoes, everything. It's almost like polar opposite, and we're fascinated because we're not really sure. We get a little bit confused. I keep feeling the artistic vibe. Ace of emotion. So you're somebody who feels deeply, and it's obvious. I feel like when we look at you, it's like you wear your emotions on your sleeve. You can, I heard, like, feel yourself. You could be like one of those people that is completely self-confident, and you totally feel yourself, and you allow yourself those emotions. If you feel sad, you'll cry. You don't care who's around. If you feel happy, you're just going to be elated, and you don't care, once again, who's around. If you're mad, you're going to be angry, regardless of who's around. You are going to fully embody. I heard embody those emotions. So I heard you got, oh my God, stop. Okay. I was feeling like mystery. I'm looking at the kitty cat and I'm like, some of you guys are really mysterious. In tune with spirit. Some of you guys could be readers yourself, energy readers, energy workers, light workers. You know what? I'm going to pause this video so I can let my dog in because my dog is knocking. Some of you guys have been studying the occult for some time. Studying spirit, studying tarot. Trying to gain clarity. Speaking your truth. You're definitely the keeper of secrets. I hate saying this word, but I'm going to have to say it because I see it. Some of you guys are really interested in cleansing the pineal gland. I hope I said that right because I always say it wrong. That is, you know, typically your third eye. But we all know that, you know, fluoride and things calcify that gland. And so you could be really focused on keeping that gland clear and clean and awake, woke. You could be looking for your tribe. You could be really into crystals and spiritual things and wearing spiritual attire, whatever that means to you. You could be into doing smoke readings, candle readings, anything like that. You could be someone who actually has their own channel on YouTube and is willing to share with the rest of us your knowledge, your wisdom, and a little bit of like you pick and choose what you share, and that's why we stare at you. It's like you're beautiful. Your voice could be really impressive, like mesmerizing, alluring. That great mystery, you know, the she who knows, and it's like, what else do you know? Can make us feel like we're thirsty for more. Look at the texture of her attire here. It's like we thirst for more. We thirst for you to talk more. And not be so self-protective. We want more of you. Even though you wear your emotions on the outside, you don't really share maybe the source of those emotions. Okay? You don't share how deep you feel or all the wisdom that you know. People cannot lie to you, by the way. And that's one thing that really draws us to you. And again, I feel this polarity, this like push me, pull me, this yo-yo effect, this... I don't really know how I feel when I'm around you. I get tingly. I get the butterflies. I get really intrigued. But then a part of me wants to run away because you know more than I allow other people to know. I feel like you do inspire in some cases. I want to say some fear, not in a bad way, but a healthy fear. And that people can't really mess with you. You already have the answers. You may even have a lineage, an ancient lineage that's been helping you. Your own spirit team has been helping you and guiding you. And this can even be a spirit team that is not ancestral, by the way. Your connection to the moon goes deep. You feel empowered by that. You could see a lot of orbs. You could see energy, you could see vibration, you could see frequency and healing. And some people can sense that from you, or people can just really sense that you are a healer and be magnetized to you as well. So there's a lot of reasons why we're conflicted when we stare at you, okay? We stare all the time because we're like, oh my gosh, you're such a healer. And then it's like, oh my gosh, he or she is into their own feelings and vibration, and they know so much, and oh my goodness. So that is fantastic, actually. I love that. I love that air of mystery about you. Now, I'm drawn to this kitty cat that has a heart right on their pineal gland, and of course, this supreme high priestess. And so I feel like this definitely is representing, again, your cause. Your third eye is woke. People know that about you. And it's intimidating and alluring all at once. So what else do we need to know? Let's see. Let's see a little bit more about who is staring at you, okay? Because I feel like we had some opposing energy. but it's because you are definitely, you could be polar opposite one way one day. You could be like a Gemini. I don't know. And then you could look and be totally different in a different way. And this is all authentic, and there's nothing bad. It's just that you fully embody everything. Ace of Voices. So I feel like you attract people that are intelligent. You attract people from all different flags, from the straight flags to the queer flags to the gay flags to the whatever, you know, different parts of the globe as well, different causes and affections and attention. You attract people that perhaps like to color their hair differently. You attract people that just want to watch you because you are so different and multicultural, perhaps. Maybe you are from a blended family. You attract people that are blended. It could be racially or family-wise, regardless. Who is staring at pile number 3, please? 2 of material. You attract people that are juggling. So people that have things going on in their life, and they're already busy, but you make them stop, just cold stone stop and just stare because of your beauty, because of your intensity. And even this like just intense. I heard polar. Some of you are bipolar, or the people that are staring at you are. This is not for everybody, and take it for what it's worth, okay? So if it resonates, great. If it does not, take it with a grain of salt. So I don't think mental illness is a bad thing. It just is. And I don't know. I guess in my mind, nobody is just, quote, sane. We all have our thing, right? I feel like people stare at you, and even though they are rich in ways that makes them feel like they can show off and they want to show off, they look at you and go, wow, I would love to be with you, pile number 3, to show you off because you're so mysterious, because you are so polar opposite. One day you're burning hot and the next day you are ice cold and we can't crack you. I feel like you are tough as nails in a lot of ways, and that your perception is on point, that nobody can, again, bullshit you, pull one over on you. And this attracts sometimes scallywags, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it attracts people that want to conquer that. Okay? So, who stares at pile number 3? And why, please? People stare at you. People that want to take chances. People that want to leave a life of not being authentic. Inauthenticity, is that a word? It is now. You're welcome. You make people that are ready to cross over into a different lifestyle want to take heed and actually just stare at you and think, wow, I can be my authentic self. I can leave my shoes behind. I could wear white. I can do whatever I want. I could wear white after Labor Day, I heard. And I could be the best version of myself and not worry about if it's so different from the best version of myself was yesterday than today. It just is. And being comfortable with that. You inspire people that are willing to wake up out of 3D and elevate. You inspire people that are tired of what they see even. Some people are tired of the drama and they're willing to kind of move out of that energy. So you inspire a woke nation, pile number 3. That's pretty amazing. You might like to wear hoodies. At times you can be protective of yourself. But we feel that energetically and divinely you are protected, by the way. And I have not gotten that message for a lot of people. So I think that's very cool. So let's find out what they want to say. Okay, these people that stare at our pile number 3, what do they want to say to the, let's find out. Oh, I got 2. Broken reflection, struggling to find self. Yeah, see, they're struggling to find themselves, and you know this, but they're willing to break that mirror. It's like, what I've been staring at isn't even true. Like, I don't even get who I am type thing. You are attracting people that are willing to change and transform. And that's really attractive about you and alluring. It's like nobody is impacted. Nobody impacts people the way you do. And so they're struggling to find themselves. And you attract, I feel like, the same sex even, and different sex. You attract all sexes. You attract sex. There you go. My energy is being drained. Okay. And so you attract people that understand. You're very protective of your energy. You're protective of your mind, your body, your soul. You speak your truth. And you're attracting people that understand that they are being drained and that there is a different way to do things. That they don't have to be zombies. They don't have to live the life that they've been living simply because they followed a prototype that just doesn't work or resonate with them any longer. I feel like this is upgrade. You attract people that are willing to upgrade and elevate, and that is phenomenal. Why else? What else do they want to say? The people that stare at pile number 3, what do they want to say? Let's find out. I'm deeply hurt by your betrayal. That's interesting. Okay. So we're going to get some more information on this because that's quite unexpected. So this has to be an X. It could be someone. Actually, I'm feeling more friend vibes, okay? I'm feeling more of a friend that feels betrayed by you. You elevated and left them behind is what I'm feeling. So, and that's why they stare. They stalk your social media. They can't get over it. They see you pull up on their feed on TikTok or whatever it is, and they're like, well, why can't, we still be friends, or what the deal? I don't get it. So they feel a deep betrayal. More information about this person who is staring and feels betrayed, please. Let's find out. 4 of emotion. Yeah, it was a lost opportunity. They're remembering the good times. They remember the times that you had together. And look at this glowing. It's like, I can't say this word, reciprocity. I'm going to learn how to say words eventually, but not today. Reciprocity. I can't say it. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Reciprocating your feelings and emotions to one another. Like you were on the same page once upon a time. And they can't understand why you're not on the same page. The good old times, they think about when perhaps you guys would go hang out, you would go shopping together, do everything, but buy candles together. And now that is gone. That time is gone. They feel like it is a missed opportunity. And they don't understand. And it's shaken their foundation. I'm just going to say that for some of you, not for everybody. So what else do we need to know about pile number 3 and who stares at me? I'm like, who doesn't stare at you? Pile number 3, who is staring at you and what do they have to say? What do they want to tell you? Pile number 3, let's find out. I need a love transfusion. Okay. All right. Some of you guys are like, you know what, depleted by love. And they want to be careful because you can have energy vampires as well who think that you are the solution. But you're the path. You're not the solution. You're like showing people the path. And you could experience a full gamut of emotions and be okay with that and still be on your path. This person just needs a transfusion and they think that you're the solution. So they're willing to even, partake in your blood, aka your energy in this case. So you want to be careful that you are not allowing people to rejuvenate from your energy alone. Okay, you don't want vampires around. You do attract that, but you are divinely protected as well. So what? Pile number 3, what else do they want to say? I'm trying to communicate with you. So this could be I feel like a lot of telepathic energy. We're just going to put this sideways so you can take a look at what I'm looking at. I feel like they're looking at maps to see how close they can get to you, not in a stalker way, but this could be people from your past that you have left behind. I feel this more of a lover energy. And this is like, oh, this person lives this way. They could even be GPSing it to your home, hometown, your state, whatever the case may be. And burning the midnight oil, just kind of studying. I'm getting like vampire Lestat vibes from this. And it's not that they're going to do anything necessarily, but they just want to study you. They want to understand what page you're on so they could be on the same page. Even if they're not going to get on the same page. I don't feel like this person's motivated to come towards you, by the way. They want to communicate, they want to initiate, but they're not willing to do what it takes to really get on the same page with you, if that makes sense. So if they live in another state, another country, they're looking at, oh wow, it's this far, and they'll GPS no mileage, and they might know details and stuff, and they might send you an email or two, or a text, or a call, or a Snapchat, whatever you guys are doing, a TikTok, direct message, whatever, but they're not coming towards you. They're just looking and fantasizing. So they're in fantasy mode. What else are we saying about you when we look at you, pile 3? Hide and seek. Come look for me. Come chase me. Yeah, so I think that you know that, I think you definitely know that you attract people that kind of want to play with your emotions, juggle. I think that you could be very sexy, very attractive, very alluring, and people are just riveted by you because of those things. But what they don't understand is that vibrationally, you're going to put a stop to this. You're like, oh, hell no, I don't want that energy in my circle. It's not going to happen. And so they feel like it's like a hide and seek, like, let me conquer, let me run, let me, oh, chase me, do you want me to? But you're not into games whatsoever. That is so, like, you stopped playing hopscotch when you were 7, and you're not going there again. So in this case, I feel like you're just putting a stop to all that. Okay? That's what I'm seeing for your pile. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed my reading, if you could please give me a thumbs up, a like, a comment, a share. I would much appreciate it. And until next time, namaste.